Alright, what's up my people, and welcome back to the Sn95 Power Channel. Today we are going to do some wet sanding and polishing, and this is really going to put my patience and skills to the limit, because this part of the car is really rough. You probably can't get a good gauge of how rough this is, but this is a lot of orange peel. I'm going to use the trizact, but before I even hit this with the 1500, I'm going to take my 3-inch and I'm going to go 1000 up across here, and I might even go 1000 across the rear quarter also, and then hit it with the 1500, the 3000, and the 8000. So if you never use the trizact system, like I say, it comes in 3 different grits: 1500, 3000, 8000. The stuff works great, but I don't really have the correct sander for it. I just have one of those little cheap $20 palm sanders, and I think if I had something better, like an air-powered sander, that 1500 would cut pretty good. But the problem is with that little cheap palm sander, it's just either I've got too much stuff to cut down and it's barely making a dent. That's why it takes so long. So that's why I'm going to try my other sander. It's a random orbiter, and I'm going to hit that with some 1000 and see if it cuts it better and quicker. So let's get this set up. Let's start this little experiment, and hopefully we'll get some good results. You gotta excuse me for the lighting, but this is just a 1000 grit sandpaper, and I'm just gonna see how well this will cut. Now I have to, now that I remember, I did cut this down a little bit already. So this is not a true test. So let's come over a little bit more. I know this section I did not cut at all, so let's try that. Yeah, I think this is the technique I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with this 1000, and then I'll go with the trizact 1500. That takes way less time than this trizact that I was using. So just real quick, let me just go over this whole piece with this 1500 trizact. Like I'm not going to be too worried about getting this perfect down here. Sorry about the shadow, y'all. I'm not going to be too worried about this. But let's try this 1500 and go over this and see how much I can refine it. And that's good. So I'm going to do 1000, and then I'm going to step to the 1500. Actually, the 1500 knock this out some more. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. So this is what I'm going to do today. I don't know how the lighting is going to be, to be honest with you, but let's give it a try. And I'm just gonna do a time lapse on this. All right, so let's go over what just happened. I started off with the 1500, not 1500. I started off with the 1000 because there's not a lot of room to put the little palm sander up here. So I'm just using the little 3-inch sander that I have. So I hit it with 1000 and then I went to 2000, 3000 and 5000. Now, as I went up in grits, I went up on speed on the sander. So honestly, you know, once you get to 3000 grit, I really don't have to worry about burning through unless I do something like really stupid. So I was able to go up on the speed, and this is the finish that I want. Now, I can say if I was using that trizact, this would almost look like a polished surface. That's how good that trizact is. But for this right now, even, you know, going up to 5000 with the little cheap sandpaper, this will still polish out real nice and have a nice deep gloss to it once I finish. So let's get to this section right here. So we're gonna go all the way across on this. We're gonna start with 1000 with the 3-inch sander, but for this big section, as soon as we hit the 1000 and get this nice and flat, we'll go to the trizact 1500 and then step it up to 3000 and 8000. All right, so this is all prepped. This is prepped up to 5000. This is prepped up to 3000. I'm not gonna worry too much about that line right there, but everything else is flat. It is ready for the next step, and that is using the trizact 3000, like little stuff like that. I could spend some more time on it, but it's not that serious, you know. I could probably take the 1000 and knock this section down. I'm here, I might as well do it. So let's knock this down real quick. All right, I knocked it down a little bit, like that's good enough. So let's hit this 3000. That's non-trizact. That's trizact. And this is what 5000 sandpaper from the 3-inch disc. And that's the difference. So we'll hit this with 8000 now. All right, this is that trizact magic. I mean, I think if I polish this, it's gonna make it worse. That's how good this looks. But the polish would bring out the deep shine. So I'm gonna try to hit this. Well, I think I'm gonna do a compare and contrast. This side is trizact. This is not. We're gonna use the same polish, and let's see which one looks better. All right, now let's see if that trizact is worth it. This is the bottom part. And this is the top part. Now, I personally think I got more swirl. Let's see if I can get another light. I got more swirl marks on this one up here. And down here, it's less. There's a difference. So, is there a huge difference between here and here? Not really. I mean, if you're splitting hairs, then yeah, there's definitely a difference. But I think if you really want the cleanest and deepest reflection, definitely go with this 8000. So I'm gonna finish up this panel, and I'm gonna think about redoing this with the 3000 and the 8000 up here. So I have to admit, this actually came out better than I expected. Not to toot my own horn here, but this is, I mean, I've only painted a car 3 times, but this is by far the best that I have ever painted something. And like I say, it's not without flaw, but I'm excited to get this whole car finished. I'd be more excited when my new wheels show up. Hopefully I won't have the race stars on at Ponies in the Smokies, but if I do, I do. I'm not going to stress about it. But tell me what you guys think on this finish. I know it's kind of hard to tell, and like, I'm not overhyping it. This is pretty clean. Like that trizact is worth every penny of what you spend for this. I did mangle up, like I said, the door lock, but I'm going to fix that. But just to try to get up in here real close, you know, the camera isn't lying on this. It looks really, really good. And I still have to do a little bit more polishing on this. I need to do a light cut on it. Like I said, I use the 105. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the 205 to do a light cut. I got some old Kim Guys mirror glaze I might use. And I did the sail panel. So now it's just doing the other body panels. I still have to paint the hood and clear the fender, and that's it. But you know, hey, it's crunch time now. It's like less than 2 months until Ponies in the Smokies, so we got to get cracking at this. So hey, do me a solid, tell a couple of people about the channel, and check out some of the shorts that I've been throwing up on YouTube. I'm just trying to expand my portfolio on YouTube, and now I actually try to do a short every day. So make sure you guys do me a solid and check those out for me. And I appreciate your time, and God bless.